take a photo that was not shot in winter and make it have that winter feel. So this is a winter edit, which I think is going to be great for you guys because we're going to winter and this is what people are going to want. So this is a photo, obviously was shot in the fall a couple of years ago. It's the best I could find that kind of had like some foliage to work with. I don't shoot a lot of outside stuff, so this is what we got. But I'm going to show you how to make this have that wintry feel. I'm also going to be adding some snow overlays to the beginner group Dropbox. So feel free to go into the Dropbox and download those so you can use them. So what I'm going to start with is I want to kind of make all of this foliage feel wintry. I actually want to make it look like it's got snow on it. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to Select Color Range, and I'm going to start with these red leaves. And you don't want your fuzziness way up. You just want it to where it's basically just kind of grabbing the highlights on those leaves. I'm going to hit OK, so you can see that that's what's selected. It's not a ton of stuff. It's just a little bit. So we're going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste, and what Photoshop is going to do, and I'm going to turn the background off, is see now we have just the layers that we selected in that color range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to my color or to my masks, and I'm going to hit Selective Color, and I am going to click this square with the down arm, and that means now the adjustments I make are only affecting the layer directly underneath it. So I'm going to go to my blacks, and I'm going to pull my blacks all the way down. Then I'm going to go to my neutrals, and I'm going to pull my neutrals back. Not all the way. I don't want it to look too fake. And I'm going to go to my reds, and I'm going to do the same thing. So essentially you could see kind of looks a little frosty now. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to flatten it. Now I'm going to do the same thing with some of this greenery on the ground. So I'm going to grab that. You don't want your fuzziness to be too high. Obviously you can see here it's grabbing her hair and her boots. And I don't want to do that. I just want to have some greenery there. Hit OK. You're going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste, and you're going to paste that selection onto a layer so you can see what's selected there. You're going to go to Selective Color again, click that box to link it to that bottom layer. I'm going to go back to my blacks. Pull. I don't want to go too far with this adjustment because I want it to look realistic. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to see what other color it could possibly be reading in those greens, but it looks like Photoshop just sees it as blacks. So, all right, so I feel like that maybe looks a little bit fake. So I am going to just pull it down a little bit. So there we go. Happy with that. I'm going to flatten that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to go to Channel Mixer. Your preset's going to be default. We're going to change that to black and white infrared. We're going to go to our blending mode on that layer and we're going to turn it to lighten. And you can see what it's done with our colors. It's just cooled it off tremendously. Might bring it back just a tad. Okay, and then I'm going to flatten that because I'm happy with it. And now I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to curves. So your curves, we're going to first go to the reds and we're going to go to the bottom slider and slide that back just a little bit. And what you can see what that's doing is it's pulling it more towards that kind of winter green. We're going to go to the greens and we're going to pull the top part of that line the other direction. And you don't want to go too far with that. You need to watch what it's doing to your image. We're going to do the same exact thing with that blue. Then we're going to go to the RGB, which is going to affect all of them. And we're going to go right to the center of that line. And we're going to pull it up. Maybe not that much. Maybe right there. So I'm going to turn that on and off. so you can see what that's done. I'm going to flatten that because I'm happy with that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add our snow. So I've created two files for you. One is far snow, which is very blurry, very spaced out. And so it would be something, maybe if your picture had a lot of depth to it, you would want to add that as well. But this one doesn't. So I'm going to grab this one that I have called near snow. And I'm going to simply drag that onto our image. Sorry, drag it onto our image. And you can see that it's way too big. So you can go to edit and you can go to free transform. And essentially what I'm doing right now is I want to make these snowflakes look the right size for the picture. So maybe right there. So I'm going to do that, and I like that size. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just start copying that layer and then placing it in different places on my screen randomly so that I avoid having a super repetitive pattern is my goal. And you can do things like flip these layers as well. Just be careful that you flip them up and down or side to side. Like, don't spin it side to side. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second, because there is motion blur on these, and so if you flip them to the side, they're gonna look like they're falling in the wrong direction. So I have a lot of layers going on here of snow, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to group all of these layers into one now. So what I'm going to do, and so since I don't have a lot of stuff open, what I can simply do is just turn my background off, and then I can merge everything that's visible. So now all of those snows are on one layer. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your blending and you're going to go to screen. So now you can see that all those snowflakes are on their own thing. And I'm going to go to, well, you could go to layer mask if you wanted, but since this is just snow, I'm not really worried about like trying to bring it back later. I'm just going to take it off of anywhere I don't like. And if you're not on 100% opacity, you can even kind of go through and just, if you see like certain flakes that look fake to you, you can grab them. So let's say that you wanted to add more snow. Well, you could take that layer now, duplicate it, and what it's done is it's duplicated it, but that layer is directly on top of the other one. And I can move it to the side, but now you're going to start seeing a repetitive pattern. So what I'm going to actually do is zoom out here. I'm going to go to image, I'm going to go to edit, sorry, free transform, and I'm going to flip that all the way upside down. And then just move it a little bit, maybe make it a little bit smaller, make those flakes be a different size than the other ones. Remember, snow is very random, so you want to keep it random. And then I'm going to go back again with my eraser tool and pull that off of anywhere I don't want it to be, which is pretty much the main parts of my subject. Okay, so I'm going to actually merge those two layers. So I'm going to turn my background off. I'm going to merge visible, turn my background back on, turn that to screen, sorry. And now you can see we have snow added to our image. So we've cooled it off, we've added some snow. Now there's one final step to kind of give it that winter feeling that we can do. We're going to go down here to our layers and we're going to go into our gradient. So you want it to be on white on both of your stops. Okay, so you want it to be on white on both of these areas. You're gonna hit okay. Now the way you want it to fill it, sorry, is you want to be on radial. You want to hit reverse, and so you could see what that's done to our image. And you can change the angle of this however you want it. I don't want it to be on her too much. So I'm just kind of playing around with this. You can change the scale of it as well if you feel like it's coming in too much. So that's filled in, and you can see that scale is kind of affecting our how big or little that circle is. I'm going to bring it back just a little bit, right there. And you can even, if you feel like you've overdone it, you can, like if you feel like it's on her a little bit too much to where she starts looking hazy, you have that layer mask over there, which is visible, so it's white, so you can go and you can make it invisible with black. Just go with black and then kind of take it off of her if you feel like maybe it's a little too much. And then I'm going to flatten that. And then I think the one thing I'm still going to change, go into color balance and just cool it off maybe a tiny bit more, like that. Yeah, I think that made a good difference. Just wanted to take it cooler because obviously it's not a summer photo, it's supposed to be cold. And if she was like wearing a sweater and scarf and hat, you would totally get more of that wintry vibe, but obviously she's not. So I'll show you guys where we started with this, and this is where we have finished with our snow edit. So like I said, the far snow and the near snow will be added to that Dropbox folder. You're more than welcome to go in and access that and download it so you can use it. Hopefully you guys learned something using the various tools that we had today, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the group, and I will try to be as responsive as possible.